Hey guys, guess who's gonna be doing another tablet review with Parblo? And this time, we're working with a step up from my last video, showcasing Yangtangbo X7 with the Coast 12Pro Gen2, a display tablet with 16K levels of pressure sensitivity and support. There was such enthusiasm back then. Such a zeal for life. Where did that go? Well, I'll tell you where it went, bub. But we gotta get back to the technical jargon first. That was weird. I felt a vaguely ominous and threatening aura just now. Anyways, right. The Coast 12 Pro Gen 2 display tablet comes with 16K levels of pressure sensitivity and supports a 60-degree tilt function on their S01 short stroke pen, an 11.6-inch anti-glare matte feel monitor that has been parallax optimized, contains 6 programmable express keys, and you guys know about how much I like my buttons, and a dial ring. It has an aluminum alloy back shell, and it is also compatible with both Windows and Mac OS. No, we will not be working with any Android devices this time for this tablet. I'm so excited for this. Here's everything laid out that comes with the tablet. This is the same pen as the one that I used for the Yangtangbo X7, just in black. So very cool, I can switch those out if I wanted to. These cords were a bit confusing at first. I'm not really a fan of having multiple cables sticking out of my monitor while I work. I much prefer the Hydra cable I have with my other setup, and it's a little short, but I can work with it. And I didn't forget the peelies this time. Right out of the box, I like how this tablet feels a lot. It's lightweight, but it doesn't feel like a toy. This feels like a professional grade tablet in my hands, and running the pen over the monitor already feels amazing, like I'm getting tingles. The texture of the matte screen is better than the screen protector I have on my Galaxy Tab, so I am so stoked to see how this baby runs once I get the drivers up and going. And as luck would have it, the driver setup was a lot smoother this time. Pretty straightforward and easy to set up my hotkeys. I could even recalibrate my pen if I wanted to, and man, I didn't even mind that the screen was smaller than what I was used to. The colors were great. It felt great. And on top of that, Parblo even sent me this lovely little tablet stand to make working that much more comfortable. Look at that. Super easy to adjust and lock in the best angle for working. This was already going so smoothly. And that's where it all went wrong. You know, they say not to count your chickens before they hatch, and in this case, it would have been more appropriate to call this chicken a century egg. And listen, I really wanted to like this tablet. I did! You just heard me rambling off about the screen texture and colors and pen, and man, if the screen size was the only thing I had to worry about, that would have been fine. But the gosh dang calibration. We're sending my brain flying into the stratosphere like Icarus to the sun, and the results were not pretty. I tried everything I could to figure out what was going on. Maybe it was me. Maybe I installed the driver wrong. Maybe the nibs weren't in correctly. Were the updates on my PC affecting it? Was it? So of course, like a normal person with normal person problems, I try to look up Parblo support and email the representative connected with this collaboration, and yeah, I don't know what happened there, but my line of direct communication, my lighthouse out in the dark stormy seas of tech illiteracy, got snuffed for a good month. And of course, that's not any fault of Parblo, but still, I wanted to try to make some good out of this situation. When life kicks your shins, you don't cave in. You sob about it and complain to some of your Discord buddies. Scroll through Blue Sky, start playing an online multiplayer life sim with purple elf men, and get dangerously obsessed with a local cook that looks like a shrimp cocktail is growing out of his skull, and then get the brain blast you need when your YouTube recommendations get a bit too real. When I originally planned to do this review, I knew I wanted to do a redraw of one of my old arts from middle school. What better way to show the step up from a beginner's tablet to a display tablet than representing it through the art itself? And trust me, there were quite a lot of old arts that I had to pick from. But what stood out to me while I was looking through my abandoned DeviantArt was this picture of Yoane Haku. I remember how much I loved this fan-made vocaloid and how much younger me used to obsess over the fact she was imperfect and a warbly version of her more popular counterpart. But there was still beauty to be made from her flaws, and by golly, we were running with that vibe for the tablet too. So for all that waxing poetic, how did the tablet actually fare while remaking this illustration? I'm gonna be frank with you guys. It was not a great experience for me. But it wasn't the worst either. A lot of the initial trials were just trying to find what brushes would work, since the calibration and tilt functions did not meet the standards I was used to. And I've been liking to work with more textured brushes and loose sketchy styles lately, so this had me rewiring my brain into a mode that would work with the tools I was given. While I was drawing, I found that the tablet did work really well for most fine precision moments. Given that you were zoomed in to work on your subject, the calibration issues didn't seem to be much of a bother from up close. It was only when you were zoomed out that it was really starting to show its struggle. The most frustrating part was that even with the stabilizer set to 0, the cursor still seemed to trail behind the pen like it had one on, and if you've ever tried making dots or a stippling effect with a stabilizer on, well, it ain't easy. So I found myself a brush that gave me the least resistance and adapted to working with one of my older, cleaner line art styles, and for the most part, it was nice. As far as display tablets go, the Coast 12Pro Gen2 did the job, and to reiterate, it really did have the best pen-to-monitor feel that I've experienced out of any of my tablets without an extra screen protector. And the stand Parblo sent to me to use with it made drawing a lot more comfortable too. At least something was working. Honestly, I feel like if the calibration and tilt issues got fixed with some future driver updates, this would be a perfect new addition to... What? What is... Girl, are you falling apart? What is happening? And so I noticed that when the tablet wasn't in use, the metal paneling over the hotkeys and dial was coming off. An adhesive issue? A fault in the metal during manufacturing? God, I wish I knew! As if on cue, my email situation bippity-boppity poofed itself back to normal, and I was able to finally speak with my rep about my issues. Hey. Maybe I was just unlucky. Sure, I got the short straw of the tablets and the world was testing me, but I was still determined to make something beautiful out of it. When I drew my original piece for Haku, the intent I remember having was that she had been kept in the dark void, unwanted and unusable to her producers for her flaws, and that the light cracking from the top was someone reaching out to her, recognizing her potential, to become more than just her flaws and create. And I think in the end, I was still able to capture that sentimentality with my final render. Like Haku, the Coast 12Pro Gen2 came to me with a lot of issues, but it was not incapable of creating something great. However, with the experience I had with my particular device, I can't in good conscience recommend this as a proper display tablet to you guys. Yet. I really hope Parblo is able to fix their drivers and this calibration issue because, guys, it was so nice. I really wanted this to be the next big thing for me in my arsenal, but alas. Thank you again, Parblo, for this opportunity nonetheless. You were still so kind and helpful to me while I worked out my issues. And if you guys believe that you'll have a better chance with this than I did, Parblo will be having a Black Friday sale going on at the same time as this video's upload. So if you get it or already have the Coast 12Pro Gen2, let me know in the comments how it works for you. Until next time!
You know I'm still here, right?
Yes, okay, I'm coming.